So body shaming is never appropriate, Al, but in this case, it turned into an exercise of empowerment and inspiration. Today, I'm out front with TV anchor Demetria Obilor, who is speaking up and out on behalf of women who have been the subject of some not so nice comments on Facebook and those who may have a certain narrow-minded body type image. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I am so excited to talk to you. Just to give a little bit of background for those who may not be familiar, Demetria just started doing television traffic reporting in the DFW area, and she was welcomed, unfortunately, with a post from a woman on Facebook who said that she felt that Demetria was too large to wear the size clothes that she wore. She said something about you being a 16, 18 and a size 6 dress, and she wasn't going to be able to watch. How did you feel when you first saw that?
Well, it was brought to my attention. It was retweeted on my timeline on Twitter. I woke up from my nap and I saw that Chance the Rapper had mentioned me, and people were like, "Chance is shouting you out," and I was like, "What's going on? What did I do?" And so then I saw the originating comment and where it all came from, which was that negative post. And to me, I have a pretty thick skin working on television. I mean, you get hit with all sorts of negativity, especially. I feel like, being a minority, I mean, people have said all sorts of crazy things to me, like my natural hair is unprofessional, looks like it smells bad. So you become accustomed to some of this. And I'm not going to say that I've received more negative than positive. That is not the truth. So many people have reached out to me with love and support, and that's the same in this instance. And so when I saw that, to me, I'm just kind of like, okay, so somebody, wants to take some problem in their life out on me. All right, fine, whatever. But what really shocked me was the support and the love that was pouring in from all of this, because people could relate and people were just not going to put up with it anymore. And, it definitely hit them the wrong way. And when you just flippantly mention somebody's size or what size you think they are, 16, 18, which I'm not, I'm actually a size 6'8", and say, you're trying to fit into a size 6. I mean, that kind of comment obviously didn't sit well with a lot of people. And I think that's why we're here now.
No, absolutely. And I just, I commend you, because it's not always easy to be so vocal about this, because it really does hurt. I mean, I started out in television. I started out in television sports. I worked at ESPN, and I quickly got out of television because I just couldn't understand how people could be so cruel.
Yeah, I mean, like I said about my hair, like someone had sent, when I was working in Las Vegas doing traffic, someone had sent me this really nasty email saying, every time I see her on the channel, I have to fast forward through her report. Her hair looks like it smells bad. I've had people say my hair is unprofessional, when in fact, this is just naturally how I was born. And so for you to say those things, I mean, it just completely dismisses everything that, makes it, I mean, it's just part of me. And I can't do anything about that. And I'm not going to, assimilate into some standard that is acceptable to you in order to please you and make you feel more comfortable with my appearance. And I think that's why with this comment, I really chose, hey, let me make this video. Let me address the people who are showing love and support, because this issue has always been such a big deal to me, the body shaming, the sort of discrimination that's present in these sort of comments, and, taking a stand for the future generations, because I don't believe that, if I have a daughter or someone else's daughter, someone else's son should have to fear, taking a job and being, torn apart for something that they can't even help, that's something that's so essential to their being. I mean, this is my hair. I mean, or this is the way my body is built. Why is that so wrong? What's so scary about that?
And that's a good way to look at it. I mean, because most times when people lash out, you're right, it's because of something in them that is hurting. And so they cause pain to other people. And like I said, I mean, I was in television a very short time. And so I always applaud other women, especially, because I don't think men have to deal with this at all. Other women, who are in it, but they also use it as a platform to encourage other people just to accept themselves, especially young girls, but just other people in general. Because I think that it's just so hard to.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, here's the thing, though. This isn't something that, this just sparked this passion in me. No. This is something I've been passionate about. This has been part of me for such a long time. In Las Vegas and Kansas City, the communities I've worked in prior to being in Dallas. I mean, I really embedded myself into that community, and I would speak at girls groups. I go out to churches and work on building and cultivating that self-esteem and confidence, and, you know, getting out with the kids. I love the kids. My mom is a teacher, you know, and I see the effect she has on them, and it's inspiring, you know what I mean? To take any lesson that I've learned, you know, to help them. And if I can do anything in my professional career to make their future lives easier, I mean, what else? I mean, I feel like that's why we're here, you know?
No,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
so that, you know, and I've always fought this. In school, they told me you're never going to be on TV if you wear your hair curly and natural, you know. But to me, I have to say, you know what, that rule doesn't apply, and I'm going to push forward, because if I succumb to that, nothing will ever change. And I understand there's so many pressures, and people have been, you know, I mean, people have to eat too, you know. So I understand, I know Black women who had to straighten their hair to be on television, and I don't fault them for having to do that, because you have to feed your family. That's important. But I'm just saying, like, if you know, I don't have any kids, and, you know, so I'm on my own. You know, I've got my family, and that who supports me too, and I've got my own, everything is in my name, so it's like on me. So I don't have anybody, I don't feed anybody, so it's except me. And so it's like, you know, I can try to make these, you know, make these decisions, and it's hard for other people, but if I can do anything to help, you know, we're all in it together, and there's power in numbers. So if one person does it, two people do it, three people do it, now we're really making that change, which is important.
No, absolutely. And I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Before I let you go, what is your number one tip that you give young girls about really, like you said, starting to build that self-esteem and nurture it so that it's nice and strong when they are out on their own and have to make sorts of decisions and, withstand. I think social media has just made
Mm-hmm.
it so easy for people to attack other people from the
Yeah.
comfort and their safety of their home behind their computer. What is a tip that you give to young girls on staying strong?
You know, I always like to, you know, reveal my own experiences and the negative comments that I've received, and my own, you know, personal struggles that I've had, to show people, you know, I did it, and I believe in you, and you can do it. And I'm here for you, you know. And you know, there's two sides to social media. There is that, you know, oh, I'm hiding behind my computer, dishing out negativity, but there's also that inspiring side of social media, because people can band together and unite and help you. And I think in that circumstance, I mean, that's definitely what happened with this incident of body shaming. And so when I see these young girls, you know, I tell them what I've been through, and I try to tell them, you know, nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody gets to define you, because so many people will try to, you know, put you in this box, and that's as far as you can go. And I've never believed that about myself. And so if I talk to these, you know, kids, when I talk to them, when I get out there, I always want to let them know, you know, I truly believe, you know, if you really work hard, you can achieve goals, you can be successful in your own way. And I show how I did it in ways, and the ways that I'm moving toward my goals, and how they can too. And you know, when it comes down to like things like as basic as an interview skill, like how to master an interview, how to talk, how to present yourself as
Exactly.
best you can, you know, those life tools that will give you the confidence, because you'll feel good when you go to your first job and you nail the interview, you know what I mean? And then it builds upon itself.
No, very cool. Well, I appreciate you, as we all do. And I mean, Demetria really is lighting up social media. So you have to follow her
Thanks, Nikki.
everywhere. I was on your Instagram for like an hour yesterday.
Oh
You
gosh.
have the happiest Instagram feed. And I love the thing I like about social media, especially if you really want to learn about somebody, is, when they share the pictures of their family, you and your brothers, and
Yeah, my bros.
yeah, it's really cool. So I just appreciate you. We all appreciate you. And if there's anything that we can do to support you, absolutely reach out and let us know. But we thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Al.